Okay, I'm going to disassemble a Kwikset Deadbolt lock for which I have a key. First, I'm going to remove this clip and pry it a little bit here. There. Clip is out. Tailpiece is out. So it's got a slot going about halfway in. I'm going to take the clip all the way out. Okay, now I'm going to take and insert the key, and we're going to turn it a quarter of a turn. If you pull it out now, you'll dump all of the springs and the top pins out. So what you have to do is you have to have a follower. Push this follower through. Now the follower is holding in all the stuff on the top with the springs, and you have the pins and everything free. If we take a blank key and insert it, you'll see the pins are hopping up. And if we take the original key, which is cut to the correct size, and we put it in, you see they're all flush. What you need is an item, maybe a 1/2-inch dowel, wooden dowel or something as a follower. You've got to put it in here. Now, there is another way to take this apart, even if you don't have a key. And another way would be, let's go reinsert this, and we will cause it to lock. So now it's locked and it won't come apart. What you can do is this cap here, this retainer, you can pop that cap off. You see it's partway off already. We're going to put a screwdriver in there and pry it up. Pry it up, 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 up. There we go. We're getting it slowly, surely. There. Now, this cap is off, this retainer. It's got a couple of little notches on the side. You can sort of see them. And they grab onto the side here. And now we have exposed the springs. And we take the springs out. 2, 3, 4. And there's the 5th spring. So we have 5 springs. You notice that it still won't turn and it won't come out. So what you need to do is take the pins out. And the first pins that'll come out are going to be the top pins. I'm going to empty them in my hand. And in this situation, you should have a total of 10 pins, 5 of which are top pins and 5 of which are bottom pins. And now everything moves freely. Okay, you have 10 pins in your hand, and 5 of them are top pins and 5 of them are bottom pins, the way that you tell them apart. This would be a top pin. It's kind of square cut at the end. This would be a bottom pin because it has a kind of a chamfered end. This would be a bottom pin, it's chamfered. Another bottom pin, it's chamfered. This would be a top pin. This would be another top pin. This would be a bottom pin, see the chamfer. And this would be a top pin. And bottom pin, top pin. Okay, you've separated them out. There are 5 total. 5 top pins, 5 bottom pins. The top pins are all the same size. They're about 0.180 inches. And the bottom pins are various sizes depending on the cuts of the key. And we're going to insert them all in the right order to make the lock work. Now we'll insert the key, which is the correct depths. We have a shallow, a deep, a shallow, and then a super shallow and a super shallow. And that's looking right here. I'm going to put that in the plug, and we'll pull the first pin, which is going to be that one. And then we're going to put the really deep one in, which is the longest pin. Then we'll put in the shallower one, like that. Then we're going to put in a shallow and another shallow. And now everything's set. Ready to go back in. Now I'll put the top pins in. And as soon as the top pins get lined up, they drop down to the correct depth, they will cause the lock. Now, right now it turns. Now watch carefully when I'm pulling this out. You see when I'm pinching, I'm holding my finger here and I'm actually drawing the key out. If you don't do that, what's going to happen is, let's say you have the key this way, sideways, and this entire plug can come out. Now, see how the plug comes out? And if the springs and everything is in place, you're going to have a problem because the springs are going to push the top pins down right behind this as this opens up, and you're going to end up damaging the springs. So this is what happens as you're pulling it out. See, all the pins start falling out on the inside, the top pins. And it turns freely. And if I extract the key, now if I put in the top pins, which are also pusher pins, I'll start from here, and I'm not using tweezers. It's kind of tough with my fat fingers. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to put the 5th one in. 5. Now, if we look, this lock no longer turns. And if we put the wrong key in, like in this case, it won't turn. But if we put the right key in, it will turn. The reason that it works right now is gravity is pushing the pins down into the right position. And the other situation is we have to have something to hold this thing from sliding out that way, because as soon as it slides out that way, you're going to have a problem. All your springs, everything's going to get destroyed. So we're going to put this tailpiece back in. We're going to slide this in, and this will now keep it from sliding out. When we put the correct key in, see, it doesn't slide out anymore. Now what we want to do is put the springs on top of that so that they are pushing on the top pins. They'll apply pressure to them, and when you insert a key, you can feel it goes pretty deep. There. Okay, springs are ready to go. Now we're going to put the clip on. The clip is lined up. Make sure you don't compress any of the springs in the wrong position. You don't want to crush them. And you're going to squeeze real hard and the clip just pops over. Look at the side there. There. It popped over. Everything looks pretty even. And the lock is correctly assembled. And the key goes in and out. If you put the wrong key in, this is a blank. It won't turn. Thank you.